we are rendering these yes, no, and well, they should be true, false, right? And we have the multiple choice here. Right, so right now these multiple choices are hard coded. Obviously, yes, no is always yes, no. That doesn't change. But when you have several in a multiple choice, these obviously the values here would be completely different depending what multiple choice you have. So we want that to be dynamic, and the only place where that data lives is on the server side, right? So we could go back to the server implementation, right, and take a look at the value of those questions. So if we go to the question service, notice that we have these questions, right? And I believe for the multiple choice, this is the one that we're using. That's the one we're looking at, right? So we could, each question might have information that is specific to that question, right? For instance, if this is a multiple choice questions, then one field that we might have here are maybe the options that are available, right? And the options might be just simple strings, right? You might these all the questions might have the actual question text, right? That what is your favorite color, right? That is the question, and then the options would be here, right? So yellow, blue, red, purple. Okay, and so all questions, right, have the question, right, the actual text for the question. You might even have a correct answer. Correct, and the correct answer is blue. Okay, same thing for the true false, right? They all might have the actual question. Okay, do you like the beach? Okay, and then you have now makes no sense to put options here because it's true false. You could say that the true false is basically a special case of the multiple choice. Correct is true, or maybe true. But then the other true false question might have a different question. Do you like the mountain? Right, and this is correct, false. Okay, so let's use this. All right, if we restart the server, let's see, is this how do we run the server? I forget. Do we run it from here? Okay, there's the server. Let's run the server again. So now that we have that, the client can now render these options from from data that's coming from the server, right? As opposed to making it hard coded. So here the question for the true false. Not only do I have the ID, right, but now I have the question. So here, instead of being hard coded as text, this could be question, right? So if I go back and we render this, notice that this now says, do you like the beach? And this says, do you like the mountain? See that? Okay. And then depending on what you select, we can compare the answer with the correct answer. Okay, so we could say we can say here, print out what the correct answer is as a cheat sheet. The correct answer. You say question.correct. Notice that the correct answer here is true and the correct answer here is false. So we could, depending on whether depending on whether we get it right or wrong, we could highlight different things. Right? For instance, we could say we could have a message span that says wrong answer or right answer, right? And what we like to be able to do is show or hide one or the other depending on whether your answer, right, matches the correct answer. All right, so we could say there's a hidden. See that hidden? That either shows or hides this content based on a predicate. Right? So we hide it. So we hide wrong answer if your answer is equal to the question dot correct. Yes? So we hide it if that's true. Or the right answer, we're going to hide it if the answer is not the question dot correct. Okay, so right now is wrong answer and wrong answer. But if we select no, it's wrong answer. But if I click on yes, notice that it shows right answer. So we can highlight, we can change style, we can do all sorts of things based on excuse me, based on whether these values are correct or not. See that? Right? And same thing we can do with multiple choice, right? We can compare what you selected, compared it against the correct answer, and then highlight or show or paint things red or yellow, or and turn on certain certain icons and whatnot. Yes.